Alrighty, what is going on, buddy? This is Dog3000, and welcome back to, of course, another video for you guys. And first of all, I just want to say, I hope you guys had a great Christmas, and, spending time for your loved ones and your family, friends, whatever. Hope that went well for you guys. So, anyways, guys, I'm back on another episode of reading the Conquer Depression book. Is by Gregory L. Jantz, PhD, 7 Secrets to Take Back Your Life. So, if you guys haven't seen my episode, my previous episodes in the description, and including my full playlist. So that's down in the description, and don't forget as well to subscribe to people down below as well that I've been trying to help out here lately. Get the 50 subscribers. So if you guys want to help them out, you're welcome to, and subscribe to my channel as well. It'd mean a lot. So we're on the road to 5K and 10 million channel views. So but anyway, guys, without further ado, we're going to continue what we did with last time. So I think the recent one that we talked about, I think we left off at was replace unhealthy with healthy drinks. I think is what we held off with. So without further ado, let's get started. So I'm going to try to hold this one hand if I can. Haha, there we go. So this is what we left off at. So replace unhealthy with healthy drinks. So here we go. So starting off, we've looked at some general guidelines for neutral eating. What about drinks? Here are some ideas of healthy swaps you can make. Instead of caffeine-based coffee and black tea, swap with herbal and green teas with less or no caffeine or decaf coffee black. Also try chamomile, I hope I pronounced that right, lemon balm, peppermint, rosemary, and turmeric tea. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing this stuff wrong. The latter of which has been of which has been used for centuries in Chinese medicine as a treatment for depression. Instead of a steady intake of alcoholic drinks high in sugars, such as spirits, swap with red wine, particularly drier reds, which are lower in sugar content than sweeter wines such as white Cardonnaise. If you are going to drink hard alcohol such as vodka, gin, tequila, or whiskey, avoid or limit mixed drinks that add sugars such as daiquiris, pina coladas, margaritas, and so on. And in parentheses, I mentioned this substitution because I know some people will consume alcohol even if I and others advise against it for those struggling with depression. That's a true thing, by the way. Instead of sodas and sugary food juices, swap with organic juices containing 100% real juice. Or try kombucha, a drink that is made through the fermentation of sweet tea with a culture of yeast and good bacteria. And when you think about healthy drinks, let's not overlook one of the most essential. Trying to turn the page here, sorry. Pages are sticky. Components of nutrition: water. Ever since you were in grade school, you've heard that H2O is a indispensable element of the Earth's ecosystem, necessary for sustaining every aspect of life: plants, trees, animals, oceans, weather systems, and human beings. Water, of course, is also an indispensable element for individual bodies if we hope to survive and thrive. In the United States, there is a little risk that you will not survive because of lack of water, but it's that second word we can focus on: thrive. Scientists have identified a strong connection between dehydration and depression, knowing that even mild dehydration will affect your moods. That is true. Proper water intake also helps to support weight loss, maintain muscle mass, sustain kidney function, and aid digestion. So how much water consumption will help you thrive? You probably heard that you should drink at least 8 ounce glasses of water each day. 64 ounces basically what it means. Well, there is a lot of truth to that. Don't forget that our bodies are composed of approximately 60% water. We need a lot of water to keep a biological machine human alive in good health. Actually, what I advise my clients is that they drink the equivalent of half their body weight in ounces of water each day. For example, if you weigh 176 pounds, you should drink 88 ounces per day. the equivalent of 11 8-ounce glasses of water. The trick is to start early in the morning and have a water container near you during the day, even when you are driving. And just to be clear, I am talking about water, not just liquids. So if you have juice or coffee for lunch, don't count those ounces towards your daily water intake. Remember that a lot of the liquids will rely on each day. Coffee, soda, black tea, beer contain either caffeine or alcohol, both of which are diuretics. In other words, they actually do the opposite of what water does. They dehydrate you rather than hydrate you. Any strategy for conquering depression should include examine what you eat and drink. You probably heard the saying that you are what you eat. I have heard that quote. And with nutritious food and drinks that combat depression rather than exacerbating it, you will be one step or close to your goal. Oh wait, these are chapters. What the fuck? Damn, so there was 32 pages of one chapter. Okay. So that's what I was mentioning too. Like, I'm not gonna be able to get a full chapter in one video. That's the thing. So it's like, I left off in sections a little bit. So it's like, because I don't record too long of a video too. So, so this is chapter 2, by the way. Get moving, basically what this is. So, looks like this is something about Gina. A female looks like. So we'll see what happens here. So if Gina didn't set an alarm for 2:30 in the afternoon, 2:40, sorry, not 2:30, but 2:40, the chances were good that she would forget to pick up her daughter from kindergarten. Gina was deeply depressed, and her emotions and behaviors showed it. She felt sad and numb. She had low energy for the task of daily life. Most days she woke up long enough to drive her daughter, Lexi, to school. Then she came home and slept or stared out the picture window in the living room until it was time to pick Lexi up. As soon as dinner was over, Gina would crawl back under the covers, leaving her husband, Steve, to finish out the evening with their 5-year-old. So, okay, so this is talking about someone that's depressed, basically. So, if you guys are confused what it's talking about, this is about someone that's going through depression, basically. So, one day, Steve begged Gina to take an online depression screening, and neither was surprised when her scores indicated she was clinically depressed. The couple came into the center, a place of hope, convinced that Gina needed to start out antidepressants. After visiting with the two of them and reviewing medical history and lab work, Gina's physician said you could go on antidepressants. But I believe walking for 30 minutes 5 times a week will do as much good or more as medication. That is right. That's something I did during like this the spring and summertime, was walking half an hour a day. It really helps you. Even like as you keep walking, progressing too, you can just start doing an hour or 2 if you want. So, but if you don't feel like walking for some reason that's much, do half an hour a day. It really helps you. I know it's harder in the wintertime now, but like, it's really, I mean, do it. It helps your mind. A lot was going on in Gina's life, body, and brain that has been contributing to her depression, and the whole person plan we designed for her tackled the problem from many angles. But a critical part of that plan was getting Gina moving again. The idea that exercise can elevate and even prevent depression is not new. Neither is the idea that in some cases exercise can be as effective as antidepressants in stabilizing or improving moods. I do agree on that. In one study, 156 adults with major depression disorder were randomized into 3 groups. The first group participated in aerobic exercise sessions 3 times a week. The second group was given antidepressant, and the third group participated in a combination of exercise and medication. After 4 months, the group that participated in exercise alone benefited as much as the other 2 groups. It is especially interesting that participants in the exercise-only group were also less likely to relapse into depression, and those who exercised regularly during a 10-month follow-up period were less likely by more than 50% that non-exercisers to be depressed. The study is one of many with similar findings. In fact, professors from the University of Toronto analyzed 26 years of research on the links between depression and exercise. The conclusion was that even low levels of physical activity for 20 to 30 minutes a day can reduce and prevent depression in people of all ages. All right, next section, start somewhere. This is the next session. I have to admit that when I'm talking with our clients, I often substitute a different term for the word exercise. Some people associate the word with such grueling discomfort or past monumental efforts and failures that they immediately resist the idea. Instead, I use the phrase physical movement. Instead of telling depressed clients to begin an exercise program, I talk with them about moving more and increasing activity. Many depressed individuals have such low energy and low motivation that exercise is the last thing they want to do. One of my clients found exercise such as daunting challenge that she discovered a very gradual way to get started. She simply made it her daily goal to get dressed in her gym clothes, drive to the gym, and stay on the treadmill. That was all. Well, it was a start. If she did those 3 things, she considered her goals met for the day. This effectively eliminated the "I'm not too tired" excuse. Or I'm too tired excuse, sorry. Whenever she had that thought, she reminded herself that she didn't have to actually do anything. She just had to stay on the treadmill, which of course took little effort. Her strategy also took care of the I don't have time to work out excuse. Whenever she had that thought, she reminded herself she didn't have to spend much time at the gym. She just had to stand for a moment on the treadmill, which of course took little time at all. But the next one. You can imagine what happened next. More often than not, sorry, I lost track. By the time this woman drove to the gym and stood on the treadmill, her next thought was, as long as I'm here, I might as well walk for 10 minutes. In the weeks ahead, 10 minutes became 20, then 40, and by the end of the year, she had lost 20 pounds, had improved her eating habits, and was sleeping better at night. Her energy level has rebounded along with her self-esteem. Her symptoms of depression did not magically vanish altogether. She felt the renewed vitality and optimism to begin addressing other aspects of her life that would lead her toward healing. This woman would wise and discern that she needed to train her schedule and her willpower before she began training her body. As it worked by starting slowly to give our bodies routines and self-discipline, time to catch up with what our brains know we need to do. The important thing is to begin doing something, no matter how small or simple. Alright, we're on the magic hour now. This is probably the last section I'm going to do. To combat depression, you don't need to hire a professional trainer or spend hours at the gym, although I would encourage both options. You can improve your mobility and mental health by constantly choosing to move more in simple ways. For example, try parking a little farther from your workplace, taking the stairs instead of the elevator, walking the dog after dinner, spending 30 minutes a day gardening, or meeting a friend several times a week for a stroll through a park. A study published in the American Journal of Psychiatry followed 33,908 healthy adults for 11 years and tracked data related to exercise, depression, and anxiety. The researchers concluded that sedentary participants were 44% more likely to develop depression than participants who exercised just 1 to 2 hours a week. In fact, that 1 hour mark was particularly significant. Here are some of the conclusions of the study. So these are sections, by the way. So let's read them all together. Conclusions. Number 1, when it came to protecting people from depression, most of the benefits were realized with an hour of low-level exercise a week. Number 2, low-intensity exercise were just as beneficial as high-intensity exercises. Number 3, future cases of depression could have been prevented among 12% of the study's participants if they had engaged in at least 1 hour of physical activity each week. The benefits of moderate physical activity are widespread and substantial. According to Dr. Alpha Patel, strategic director of the American Cancer Society's Cancer Prevention Study 3, in quotes, when you go from doing no activity to any amount, you see a marked decline in the risk of premature death of any cause. I am struck by that amazing sequences of words, any amount, marked decline from any cause. Of course, there are additional benefits from constant workouts or of higher intensity. According to the physical activity guidelines for Americans, your weekly activity goals should include 2.5 hours of moderate intensity aerobic activity such as brisk walking, and 2 days of muscular strengthening activities that work all major muscle groups: legs, hips, back, abs, chest, shoulders, and arms. Meeting these guidelines can literally save your life, creating dramatic improvements related to diabetes, heart health, bone and muscle strength, and more. But studies show that when it comes to mental health, increasing your activity level, even a small amount, especially if you been sedentary, matters a lot. And that's where I'm gonna leave off there, guys. So next time, next episode I'll do, guys, we'll be starting off with the magic pill. So anyways, guys, I read about, I think, a few pages, and I just realized too that this book has chapters. I had no idea. So there's really 32 pages of the first chapter. That's crazy. So this is a long book, to be fair. So I mean, like I said, I might not be able to do the whole book as episodes, but I'm gonna try my best. So but yeah, guys, I'm gonna leave it off right there. I read, I think about, I think I read about 9 or 10 pages. So as far as I know, I did. So anyways, guys, we're gonna leave off right there. And like I said, next episode I do will be the magic pill. That's where we're gonna start off at. So let's put my bookmark right there, so I know where we left off. So there you go. So there was a lot of helpful things in that book, that's for sure. So that's for sure. I mean, there was a lot of stuff that was said. I mean, and it's really, really true. So and the part where it talked about the excuses of, I'm too tired, or I can't do it, or I don't feel like it. For those that are trying to lose, for those that are like trying to lose weight out there and need to exercise and all that, please don't make that up as excuses. If you are refusing to exercise and refusing to do this and that, get out there and be active. And yeah, I mean, and that's that's just another way too why people get overweight too, is being inactive and not eating healthy and not exercising much. And I know with me, I can't really say anything. I'm overweight right now, and but for my age, and I just want to say, I mean, a lot of it was because of medications I took for my seizures, but some of it, though, I do blame myself. I was not being active at points, and I wasn't eating healthy either, so that's part of the reason why my weight went up. So, but like I said, after the New Year's, I am going to start my New Year's resolution of working out and getting weight off. So I mean, I may upload some videos of me doing that. So once I start off, I am going to try to take a before picture, and then I'll take an after picture. So I'll figure it out for sure. So but yeah, just for those out there, please stay active out there and try to eat healthy as well. And just be careful of your health, be careful of your weight and all that, and just stay active. That's all I can really say. So everything I said in the book, make sure you guys follow along for that. So but anyways, guys, I want to say thank you all very much for watching, and make sure you guys subscribe and hit that bell, and like and share, please. It'll mean a lot to me. And if you want to make a comment, if you want to leave a comment down below, you're more than welcome to. If you have any questions or concerns or anything like that, please let me know. But other than that, guys, that's another episode out of the way. So here eventually I will do another episode. But like I said, if you guys haven't seen my previous episode, it's in the description, and the full playlist is down there as well. So if you guys want to check out my recent episodes too, you're more than welcome to. So, but I highly suggest to check out my previous episodes first before watching this one. So, but yeah, so thank you all very much for watching, and I will catch you all in the next episode. So, have a great rest of your day, everyone, and please stay active out there, stay safe and active. Have a great day, everybody. Adios.